Hi, I'm Katie and welcome to 10 Minutes of Mat for a month. I thought it would be quite cool to put a little short sequence together. You can pop it in the morning, you can pop it in the evening, pop it in the middle of your day, wherever you can find 10 minutes to move with me. I'm a qualified Pilates and Barre instructor, and I also teach instructors how to be instructors. So without further ado, we're going to just settle into this one and we're going to learn about what we call neutral pelvis. So come on down to the floor with me. You don't need any props. Head on my mat, just because otherwise I find I tend to hyperextend my neck a little. So you can roll up a little towel or find a cushion here. And I want you to find the heels of your hands onto your hip bones and fingertips across your abdomen. Feet are flat and the knees are in line with the hips. And we're just going to start with a little roll forwards and backwards. So when I'm teaching my clients this, I often tell them to imagine they have a Malteser and they've placed that Malteser in the middle of their hip bones, and we're going to roll the Malteser towards the pubic bone and then we're going to roll it back towards the nose. So rolling it forwards and rolling it back. And I think in previous, more old school approaches to Pilates, there was a specific spot for neutral, but we know now with the structures of the spine and the pelvis that we want to just find the place that feels best for us today. So it's somewhere in the middle of those 2 points where you feel that your abs are about ready to engage. And we're going to fire our fingertips to the sky here. I want you to take a big breath in with me. And as you breathe out, we're going to press our hands long and we're going to find a little curl up with our head, neck and shoulders, looking towards the space in between the legs. And then we're going to come all the way back down again. And the idea is that throughout this exercise, if I placed a champagne flute on the space in between your hip bones, as we lift and lower, you wouldn't tip your champagne flute off. So we're going to take another 4 here. 4. I don't mind how you breathe as long as you breathe. 3. And have a little check-in whether you feel like you are moving your pelvis or not. 2. Last one. We're going to hold this one up so we can actually have a little look at our legs. If your neck is feeling any discomfort, pop it back down to your pillow. And we're going to see if we can just lift the heels off the floor, maintaining that same pelvic position. And then if it's there for you, we're going to lift one leg into our tabletop and the second leg into our tabletop. We're going to find our breath in as we connect back to the mat. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to try to keep the knees in the same point in space. So as we exhale, pressing the arms long and lengthening up. And then inhaling to come back down. If this feels too much for your back or you can't maintain your pelvic position, pop one foot down for me. So exhale, bring the leg up. Inhale, pop everything back down, swap through the legs. And we still want to make sure that our imaginary champagne flute is nice and easy, resting between the hip bones, and you're not tilting the pelvis and knocking over that imaginary champagne flute. We've got another 4 here. 4. Challenge is to keep the legs up if it's there for you. 3. Last 2. And last one. Hold it up. Pop one foot down, second foot down, relax, and then just check again where you are in space. You might want to give your hips a little bit of a shuffle and a shake. We're going to open the arms out into a nice goalpost position, and we're just going to find a roll over of our legs, just windscreen wiping the knees from side to side. Breathing as you go. For 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. So we've just worked in flexion, so we're going to find a little bit of an oppositional action now. So lengthen the arms down long. We're going to resist our heels into the floor and we're going to find a press straight up. And I want it to be nice and strong and snappy. Exhale up. And then as you breathe, I want you to imagine that your spine is like the tread on a tire rolling over a driveway, and try and find every single vertebra in contact with the floor all the way down. And again, strong exhale to lift up. And I want you to try and take 3 full breaths to lower. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, lower down. Last one. Finding that full lift up, nice and snappy. Press with the heels, use your butt, not your back. Lift up. And from here, our challenge is to keep that pelvic position. So I want you to find the base of your rib cage connecting towards the floor. So my rib cage isn't physically connecting, but behind my shoulder blades is. Ladies, it's about where your bra strap sits. Gentlemen, it's somewhere in the middle, and it's almost a feeling of concaveness through the abdominals, keeping the hips as level as you can, and still imagining that that champagne flute is even between both of those hip bones. From here, we're going to see if we can lift our heels for 4. Breathing in 3. Last 2. And your challenge is, whether the heels are lifted or lowered, to see if you can take your arms out to the side. And then if that challenge is there, we're going to take the arms over the head. Hopefully you can still hear me nice and strongly. And with the arms over the head, we're going to see if we can keep that imaginary champagne flute still as we lift one leg to tabletop. Find an extension and lower the legs so that the thigh bones are level. We're bringing it back down, come through that central position, aiming for those hip bones to stay nice and level with one another. Lift, find an extension if it's there for you, lengthen through the leg, lower the thigh bones until they're level, pop the toe back, breathe in, use your bottom to push the hip bones closer to the sky, almost feel like you're ironing out through those hip flexors, and we're going to scoop, tuck, roll, and release. And hopefully that's been a beautiful little movement snack in your day. To come up from here, if you can re-find that double tabletop, we're going to place the hands behind our thighs, flex the heels, get ready to release through the heels as you curl up, pressing the heels out, counterbalancing the body up to sitting. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever that entails. Please tune in tomorrow and join me for day 2 of a 10-minute movement with me on the mat. Thank you very much.